Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mimi and this is Mimi and More. So today's video is all about where we are. So if you watched a previous video, you know we sold it all and we left to travel the world, and we are here in San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. We got here 2 weeks ago. I can't believe we've been here for 2 weeks already. I'm a little bit of a pinch me. I can't believe this is my life, but so far it's been absolutely great. Absolutely great. So welcome. And let me tell you a little bit about where we are and what's going on while we're here. So as you know, this is our first foray into full-time slow travel. We're here for a month, 28 days. And we arrived, it was about an hour and a half ride from the airport. I had gotten some transfers, which were relatively inexpensive. We are in an Airbnb in an area called Centro. So we are right near the Jardín, which is the central sort of park area near the big church in the square. It's a great location. We walk into the center of town just about every single day and take a walk around. There's a lot of things to do and see in that location. And yeah, so far so good. We're very, very happy with our location and where we are. So let me give you a little tour of our Airbnb. I'll walk you through it as we go.
So here we are in our Airbnb. When you come in the front door, we have already landed. As you can see, our luggage is dumped all over. But yeah, the walls are stone. There's Raphael. That's a long look in off of the living room, which you're seeing now. It's kind of like an open plan area, if you will. We have the bathroom right off of the living room. It's cute. There's kind of a funky sort of sink situation, shower, rain shower, and then yeah, bunch of towels, and then the usual toilets. There it is, your usual bathroom. And as you walk through, it's a nice kitchen. Although, admittedly, it doesn't have an oven. I don't think I'll make that mistake again, sort of regretting not having one. But it's got 4 burners, a good sized sink, coffee maker, microwave, pots, pans, all the utensils that you can imagine, minus a few that we could have used. Full size refrigerator, which is good. And then up the stairs into the loft, which is nice. That's where we're sleeping. Our bedroom is. There's me in the mirror. Queen size bed, which is great, comfy, lots of blankets, and a TV is up there. So we're able to crawl in bed at night and watch some TV, and lots of space to hang our clothes.
So having lived here now for 2 weeks, I can tell you that the one thing that we were not prepared for in Mexico is that we were freezing cold the first night we got here. Like, freezing cold. We went to bed, we had socks on, we had our sweaters on over our pajamas. I had my shawl, my wrap, like over my head, like a little old peasant lady. We were absolutely freezing. The weather had gotten down to about, 38 degrees that night. So we were a little unprepared for how cold it still gets here in January. The daytime is absolutely fabulous. It's been low to mid 70s almost every day. We've barely seen any rain since we've been here. But the nights get cool. And so we do sleep with our socks on a lot. But I'm happy to say that we did text our Airbnb hosts, and they put a heater in right away. So we have a loft style, as you see. So the heater is in the upstairs area. So we do tend to watch TV a lot more now in the upstairs area where we stay, toasty warm. But for those of you who plan on traveling to this area in the months of January and probably February, look out for that. And it's not only us who experiences the cold. So we have met up with some newfound friends that we've made actually from a life of slow travel, even though our life has only been 2 weeks worth. We have some friends here that have a YouTube channel. So shout out to Retired Nomads, Rick and Daphne. We had a great lunch with them. And we have also met some people that we know from another forum, and we had lunch with them as well. And through those people, we've even met more people. So if you wondered if this kind of life can get lonely, actually there's an entire community of people who are doing this, that there's a lot of places that you can find them and do some meetups while you're away. But that said, so all of us who are that are staying here in San Miguel are freezing at night. So we all walk around with sweaters and blankets on. So just a little word to the wise that if you're coming in the months of January, probably February as well, make sure that your Airbnb has a heater. And if not, if you can somehow get your hands on one, because it is chilly willy at night. That said, I'll talk a little bit about location. So I think where you're staying here in San Miguel can be very important. So we happen to be about not even a 10-minute walk from El Jardín, which is the central part of the downtown. I'm going to call it the central part of the downtown area. It's where all the tourists sort of go, but it's a lovely plaza, and it's where a lot of activities are and things are sort of happening. We are literally not even a 10-minute walk, so we are back and forth every single day. If you stay on the outskirts of town, you can absolutely walk it, but it can get far. So just be aware that if you're looking, I'm going to put a map up here to show you. So you can see here, this is where we're staying. I marked it.
So you see, I've marked it here where that pink star is, and we are just outside of what they call the centro, but really we're not even a 10-minute walk. And so this is a very great location to be. So if you're looking, try to stay somewhere near where that green centro area is. And then if you expand out from there, you will have a little bit of a walk, maybe a mile and a half actually, to get into the center of town. So it's not so bad during the day, but if you want to come in at night for dinner, I think that can be a problem if you want to walk it. That said, Ubers and taxis are extremely inexpensive here. So we go to this major grocery store, which I will talk about in another video, but it's about 2 miles away, and we actually walk to my deal with Raphael is that I will walk to it. So I walk there with him every day, and then we do get an Uber or a taxi back, and it costs at most $5 to get a taxi back. So taxis are and Ubers are very available and really, really inexpensive. So that said, though, you do keep that in mind when you're planning your vacation here. If you're staying in an Airbnb or even a hotel for that matter, you tend to want to, I would say, be closer to El Jardín.
So San Miguel de Allende has been an amazing city. We've only been here for 2 weeks exactly, but we are loving it. It is very, very quaint, very friendly. People are super, super friendly. We are walking a lot, but I'm not going to say that it's a walkable city. You have to really, really pay attention. So that's been a little bit difficult. There are sidewalks. There are actually sidewalks, but they are all made of stone or a cobblestone. So you really have to sort of walk with your head down a lot just to make sure you're not going to, trip over some sort of cobblestone. There are also a lot of people walking, so you have to kind of go back and forth. There are a lot of cars, not a ton, but there are cars in the town, and there's no stop sign. There's no traffic lights, so which Raphael is absolutely fascinated by. But drivers are very, very courteous. If you're standing at the curb and it's obvious that you're going to cross, they will stop. So that's a good thing. But in terms of walkability, while we haven't had any problems walking the whole general area to get to and from, it is a little, I would say, peligroso. In Spanish, I've been practicing my Spanish since I've been here. I try very hard, but you do have to sort of keep your head down and watch where you're stepping. That and the fact that it is hilly. So depending on where you're going, you can have quite a few hills to overcome. So be aware of that if you are not a big walker. Honestly, we went for a walk. We were maybe here for 3 days. And a tour guide had told us about the Tuesday market, and so we decided to walk to it. And she said, "Oh, if you live here, it's not too far." The hills. I had to keep stopping. I mean, Raphael was just going because he walks all the time, but I had to keep stopping. I had to keep taking a break. I was like, I cannot have a heart attack on day 4. Okay, that is not going to be a good thing. So we took our time, and actually, where we ended up is the Camino Real, the Antigua Camino Real. So if you've ever seen the Clint Eastwood movie, you know what I'm talking about. But we did walk the Camino Real, and it was a long road, a little dusty, a little dirty, but there is a lot of walking to do around here, but depending on the area you're in, it can be extremely, extremely hilly. And also depending on where you're staying, either location coming or going can require you to go up or down, and trust me, sometimes either way isn't fun, right? But again, refer back to that map and you'll see maybe some, it's pretty flat level around the Jardin, so take a look at that area if you're looking for a place to stay. So if you're wondering where we're headed next, stay tuned for next week's video. We will share with you, or rather I will share with you. You know my husband Raphael, he's always here in the background. He shot almost all the pictures that you just saw, but we'll reveal our itinerary for all of 2026, which has been planned out through the end of September. And of course, if you are full-time travelers, slow travelers, any kind of travelers like we are, I'll let you know where we're going. We'd love to have you meet up or join us. That would be great. But until then, if you like this video in any way, please do hit the thumbs up button. There's also a subscribe button someplace on the bottom. I would love it if you subscribed. That would be awesome for me. And in the meantime, travel, see the world, learn about other people, learn about new cultures, and just have fun with your life. You only have one chance at this, so let's do it. Let's do it as best as we can the first time out, because that's all we're gonna get. Thank you for joining me. I will see you in next week's video. Bye-bye.